Hello and welcome back to Shrimple Stuff. Today's a bit of a different video. I jumped on Reddit and I made this post and I just asked you guys how fish keeping helped your mental health in general, and I got a overwhelming amount of responses, so this video is probably going to have to be split up between several, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll jump in and read the first comment. First comment comes from Global Cut 50. I'm not allowed pets as a renter in the UK, but I made the executive decision that fish don't count. I will admit that my 2 tanks have caused me a lot of stress, as the learning curve can be steep, but now that they're established, they bring a real sense of calm. Being a person with BPD amongst other things, anything that helps me relax is amazing. Thank you for your comment, and I completely agree, the hobby is really calming, and I'm so glad it helps you calm down too. The next comment is from Lonely Connection 37. Mine's a little different. Currently in the middle of battling bone cancer. My fish tanks are downstairs, so I have to go down a flight of steps, keeping me moving. Thank you very much for your comment, and I'm so very sorry for what you're going through at the moment, but I love your optimism and the fact that it keeps you moving, and I hope that everything goes well for you, and I wish you all of the best. This next comment is from No Impression 157. Fish are the perfect work from home pet. My job is 95% virtual and I've had some tough projects this year. Having an adorable, excitable little goldfish in the same room just gives a good serotonin boost, and feeding it gives something during the day to look forward to. Caring for the tank also is a relaxing thing to do and gives me a break from looking at screens. It's good to take a break from screen time, I think, and it's nice to sort of get lost in the world of aquariums and just sit there and watch a little shrimp, for example, or fish, or whatever you have, and just relax and take in the beauty of nature. The next comment is from Metal Bottle of Water. I was drinking every night after work and enjoyed my time escaping reality by gaming until the AM. I've realised that something switched in the last year or two, and every day was just going through the motions. When I found this hobby, it gave me something to care for again. As silly as it is, it gave me a bit of purpose. On top of that, being excited to check new growth in plants and fish health is almost like meditation. I can stare at one of my tanks for 20 minutes and not even realise it. It's also helped my eagerness to learn. I've learned so much stuff since I started this hobby. Every question that comes up I Google and research a handful of different websites and forums. I can't say any hobby will fully clear up depression, but this sure as hell makes life a bit more manageable. I don't drink nearly as much, and I care a bit more about the things going on around me. My wife and I even made a date day out of this, and I'm slowly stocking into a tank. Every Tuesday we'll head to lunch somewhere and shoot over to the local fish store and grab a handful of fish, maybe even some plants. Thank you very much for commenting, and I'm really glad to hear that you're on the up. And life's sort of panning out a bit better for you, got sort of a sense of direction, and things are going well for you by the sounds of things. I really like the sound of that date day setting up a tank situation. I think I may have to steal that idea from you. The next comment is by Adventurous Fig 5892. Being a college student with a full-time job, I've got a lot on my plate and it's just helpful to sort of disassociate in front of the fish tank. It gives me something to obsess over. So I always have something to look forward to. I've gotten through many long days because I was looking forward to seeing my fish. I don't know, it's the same thing with most pets. Having something that relies on you and only you really know how to take care of it really helps make me happy knowing that I'm making some little fishies happy. I agree, it's a very fulfilling feeling when you know you've got a little life depending on you and you're successfully helping that little creature thrive. Thank you for your comment. The next comment is by Lowercase. It gave me a sense of responsibility and artistic expression. It also allowed me to have a slice of nature in my small apartment. I mainly kept fish during COVID and when I was at the height of my depression and isolation. It was relaxing watching them swim around an illuminated tank in the dark in my living room at 3 AM when I couldn't sleep. Thank you for the comment, and that's exactly how I look at it as well. It's so nice to have a slice of nature that if on the day you're feeling too anxious to go outside or something like that, you don't have to. You have that slice of nature right there in your home. This next comment is from Futuristic Freak YT. Fish good, fish make happy. Indeed, they do make happy. This next comment is by Positive Diver 1417. I have struggled with anxiety and depression in the past. I believe this hobby helps with that. Setting up tanks and aquascaping are really fun and give me a sense of control and accomplishment. I like having the ability to choose the plants and fish that live there. I enjoy having an underwater garden and watching it grow. An aquarium is a living, moving and changing piece of art. Watching videos by other fish keepers is interesting and fun for me because I like to learn new things. I find aquascaping videos calming and relaxing, and seeing my healthy fish and snails doing well, and even having babies makes me feel happy and like I've done something worthwhile and I'm giving them a good life. I couldn't agree more. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing an aquarium thrive, especially for me, with shrimp. The fact that your colony can multiply, and it just brings me so much joy to see one shrimp turn into 3 shrimp to 5 to you name it, until you have silly amounts of shrimp and you don't know what to do with them. Thank you very much for your comment. The next comment is by CarGuy1986. I've had to deal with a lot beyond my control this year. It has helped me control these feelings by taking care of fish. I have to control everything in the tank or else I have sick or dead fish. It also gives me a schedule because I have set days for water changes and I feed them every day, same time. Seeing all my fish gather around the feed spot every day excited, for me, makes me so happy. When I see baby guppies or shrimp, or I see spawning behaviour in my betta or neon tetra, then I know I did something right and it makes me feel happy. As someone who's bred fish and shrimp in the past, well, I still breed shrimp, I completely agree with you. It is so satisfying when you see for me, a buried shrimp, and you know that those little babies are going to be born soon, and it's so exciting just to bring new life into this world and you're responsible for it. It's such a nice feeling. This next comment is from Varmint the Frog. Anecdotal only, but my parents are aging, and when I asked my mother if I could keep a small tank with a betta that I had rehomed and was trying to find a permanent home for, she found it very therapeutic, and I noticed her mental state improved, having a responsibility to take care of something, and she became very fond of that fish in the month that she had it. Thank you very much for your comment. It's always great to hear people rehome fish and have good experiences with it, and it's so nice to hear that your mum benefit from it as well. This next comment comes from Significant Read 8917. Oh yes, definitely. I was going through a divorce, my ex got jealous, had lied to courts, taken my kids off, bogus BS. My fish tank and fish have been keeping me going. The kids ask every night about how the fish are doing. I get lost in staring at them 20 minutes at a time. They're getting me through this, and the truth will prevail and my head will stay on my shoulders. Thanks, fishies. Thank you for your comment, and it's great to hear that you've got this connection with your kids still, and it's nice that you're able to sort of have this relationship with your fish as well, and almost be able to, as I do, almost chat to my fish, and it's almost like they're listening. You can see it in their little faces, or it may just be the case that they want food. Either way, I hope truth does prevail, and keep your chin up. This next comment is from Sleepyhead234. This is going to be fairly short, or as short as I can make it, lol. But here we go. I got my axolotl mudkip on the day before starting chemo. From day one, she was a huge motivator for me to keep on fighting to get better, and really just gave me a reason to live. Even when I stopped treatment, she has been a big part of why I'm alive today. The thought of someone else taking care of her is just unacceptable to me, especially because axolotls are difficult to care for. I've dealt with a lot of mental health stuff, and she's been the reason for me to stay. Thank you very much for your comment, and I am so very happy that you've managed to get better, and you should be proud of yourself as well for managing to get through such a huge life obstacle. So I am very glad that you've got this good friend with you who managed to help you get through one of the toughest things I think anyone could ever go through. So thank you very much for sharing. This next comment is from Grackerbeep. This is anecdotal, but a couple my mum knows were struggling to conceive. All the tests showed that everything was working, and the doctor's only theory was that they were both in stressful jobs and they were getting stressed about fertility, etc. And they needed to chill. Told them to get a fish tank and spend time watching it. Yeah, it worked. The pregnancy swiftly followed after getting fish. Now every time I mention fish to my mum, she says, "Don't get pregnant." Thank you for sharing, and apparently some solid advice. Maybe there needs to be some research into fertility and fish keeping. You never know. Could be in for a breakthrough. Now, I wasn't able to cover everyone's comments today as there's hundreds of them, so I will be making another video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully you'll tune into the next episode. Remember, keep it shrimple.